So today we are going to see abstraction. What is abstraction? How you can achieve by Java and how it looks like, that we are going to see for today's session. So abstraction is nothing but whatever the information is required to the end user, just that is going to be visible. The internal implementation is going to be hiding. So that is called as a abstraction. Let's take a car. So car is having a specification, and it is having the model, and it is having the engine. Okay, so let's take the car color, engine. Okay, and who has the and manufacturer. Let's take these three parameters. So if you take these three parameters, so every car will be having the manufacturer, it will be having the car, and it's having his own color. So you just define the specification, and that internal implementation is going to be vary based on car to car. So let's take any of the car. Let's take, so one of the car is white color, and its company is some XYZ. Let's take it's a Suzuki or Tata. Okay, it's all are the manufacturing, and the car is having different kind of engine, like it's a hybrid engine, non-hybrid engine, likewise. So is nothing but it's define the specification of the each of the car. We are taking about the car, but similarly in you are going to explain in your programming side also, any of the object you are going to define, it will be having a set of methods. Let's take method 1, 2, 3, likewise, and each class will having its different kind of variables. So whatever the methods you are going to write, that methods, if you want to be reuse. Okay, let's take, I have two classes, class A and class B. Let me explain it here. You have two classes, so class A and class B. So this class A will be having some parameters like int A, void method 1. Okay, it get closed. Similarly, another method, another class B, int A method 1, statement 1. So likewise, let's take, if you have two classes, this class is having integer A if A is equal to 10, and method. See the differences between these two. This class and this class method is don't have the any implementation. Okay, it's just defined the method, and it's get closed. But this class B is having some implementation. It has set of statements. It's open braces and close braces. So this class is just define the specification, like this is my method. So this method might be having its own implementation. So this B class is having statement 1. Let's take another class, it's class C. It has statement 1, 2. So whatever the class you are going to define is just specify that. Okay, whoever is using this class, they should use this class with their own implementation. That's the same way if we take the car, what we explained now. The car is having method 1 is just imagine is the color. Okay, so I'm just changing this class to a car. So instead of this one, it's a color, void company, and manufacturer. Okay, so these are the three: color, company, and manufacturing. So whoever is using this one, Let's take the car. It's here, it is, it's a Tata. So int whatever it is used in car, that you can reuse it. A is equal to the 10. If you want to use the 10, you can reuse it here. And whatever the method it was there in the color, so the color is, you can define it as a system.out.println of. Here I'm not writing everything, I just give it the shortcut here. System.out.println of, this was white color. So this is the specification of whatever the specification as given by the car, internal implementation it is defined. So while using the object creation will be like this. So car C is equal to new Tata, likewise. So whoever is going to see that this object, let's take, while calling C dot color, like this it's going to be used. So whoever is seen this object, it is saying that it is car object. What is the car object here? It will be a Tata related. So this C is defining by the car object. Okay, so its abstraction is nothing but hiding internal implementation. It's hided internal implementation. It just expose whichever it is required to the end users. So similarly here we defined a Tata is one of the object. So why we abstraction is required? This is, abstraction is mainly for reusability and maintenance is easy. Okay, let's take in tomorrow, if you wanted to be switch it from Tata to another company, okay, Suzuki, at the time simply you can change this implementation. You don't need to be change everything. Okay, like this C object is don't be required to change, because this color already defined by car, whoever is using. Okay, you can't directly add it. So here it should do it through this way, extends car. So if you try use this way, then this reusability will be applied. Okay, you will learn in the next concept. Okay, this extend and what is what and all. For time being, just keep with you. Okay, so this core object, once you defined, implementation is defined it here, and the object is going to be called it this way. So this entire process, like whatever the class you have written, you need to be specify one of the special keyword, that is abstract. So when you are going to define abstract, abstract is nothing but this is telling that this is abstract class. So abstract class will be having a semi implemented or non implemented methods. So in this scenario there is no implementation. Okay, whatever the method you have defined, color, company, manufacture, okay, it's all are non implemented methods. So what is the common parameter for all the cars? It will be having the four wheels. Okay, let's take void wheels. So here out four wheels. So in this class, whatever you written in this one of the method, so this method, each car will be having four wheels. That is common to across all the cars. So that means abstract, when you are going to define a class, that class will be having implemented methods or non-implemented methods. There is no mandatory for that. Okay, it might be having implemented methods, it might not be having, but both also possible. So in this abstract, whatever example we are going to see, it have both the combination, implemented, non-implemented. So when you can go for implemented, when you cannot go for implemented, there is a separate session to us, that is abstract classes. There you can learn. As of now, you just remember what is abstract, and how you can achieve. So abstract is the process of exposing only necessary details and hiding implementation. To achieve this abstraction by using abstract classes and interfaces, there is another concept is interfaces. There also you will see in detail. So here abstract classes and interfaces are having concrete methods. So what is the meaning of concrete method? If you go back to the example, so to observe these two methods, one is wheel method and the remaining color company manufacture. So this method, if you notice, these three of them don't have any implementation. It ends with semicolon at here, but this method is having the implementation. So the difference here, whatever highlighted in this wheel, this is normal method. Normal method will be having implementation. So concrete method means you don't have any implementation, just define the method name. So that means you are giving specification like whoever is using this core object, they should implement this particular method. Okay, so that means you are just giving the method name. So they should not change the method name. They should use the same method name and implement their own way. Let's take the car. Car will be having definitely color. So that color, whatever the method is defined, they should use it. But car color will be different. That might be a white, green, blue, whatever it is, red, black. Okay, that is another matter. The depends on the company is going to be released with different colors. So here, but ultimately color is a mandatory thing. Along with that, a company, each car will be having the company related and manufacturer. So or else if it is company or manufacturer, both are meaning same. Let's take it as a engine. Okay, engine type. What is the engine? So every car will be having engine. So that is the one normal and concrete method. Concrete method is nothing but it don't have any implementation, just to define the method. Whoever is using, they should implement that particular method. Okay, if that's a mandatory, they should give the implementation. Okay, the next thing is abstract classes is having the combination both the normal and concrete methods. Just we seen that example. This is what. Okay, this is for abstraction.